So I currently have 2 trades running and they are actually doing well. Yes, one is the GBP NZD and the other is the NZD USD. I'm in 2 trades. The trades are currently running in profits. Let me show you guys way before we get straight into the video. So these are the trades. I don't know if you guys can see. These are the trades. These are the trades. You feel me? These are the trades. So NZD, USD, and GBP NZD. So yes, I'm in buys on both. And first off, that's not why we are here. I'm not here to show you the trade, but the reason of this video is to let you guys know how I actually analyze my market and how I have been able to take trades on the market and all of that, or how I take trades on the market. I go by the name K Kwame FX, a forex trader here in Ghana. And so if you just joined, then a quick subscription to the channel will do, as well as if you've been with me all this while, then I appreciate the love. Keep sticking with me because the grind is not about to end. Now, way before taking much of your precious times is going to be very, very disrespectful and all of that. And so like I'm gonna take at least a minute out of your time to tell you about God, bro. Like, God is the ultimate. If you are the type who really worries about where you are going to go after death, which is heaven or hell, then you got to put your faith in God. You know, only good deed will not get you into heaven. So put your faith in God, and then God is going to save you. If you do, you can do all the good deeds on earth and you will still not end up in heaven. You only go to heaven through you accepting Lord Jesus Christ as your Lord and personal Savior, you get, and all of that. So let's get straight inside of the video. All right, so these are the 2 trades that I currently have running. So let me reanalyze everything, so yes, you guys would know how I do it. So first off, when I open the market, let's assuming this is a blank. This is a blank market. I'm sweating. So first off, when I open my market or my chart, what I'm actually looking for is the market trend, the levels that market will be targeting, and then probably support and resistance or demand and supply, you feel me, to buy and sell from. So the trend is actually what is going to let you know the direction of the market, you feel me, which is higher highs and lows for upside, lower highs and lower lows for downside, you get. All right, so let's get straight inside of the video. All right, so when I open the market like this, I mark my levels where market bought drastically and sold drastically from, you feel me, or on. So this is a demand level that market bought from here like crazy, you feel me, and this is another level that market actually sold like crazy to the downside, you feel me. And then, or we can choose to ignore this particular level and place it here, since there is a new level over here. And then this is another level, you get. This is how I do it. All right, now we can see there is another. If we look closely into the chart, we can see that there is another level over here, another level over here. This is it. So there's another level. All right, so I now know that market will be playing around these particular, or will be playing like in between these 2 levels or in between these levels. Now I've had my high spotted over here, and this is my low. What is the trend of the market? We would only keep to the downside by creating lower highs and lower lows, that pattern. But the moment we break a high, mind you, whenever we are trading or whenever we are trending to the downside, what we don't want to see is a break of a high. If we break a high like this, the market's about to turn. But if we are also moving to the upside like this, what we don't want to see is a break of a low. Basics, you feel me, the basics. And so if you don't really know the basics, you got to go back and learn. All right, so the moment market actually bounced up from here, or market shifted structure, I knew that my trend is now bullish. I'm not going to be bearish again. I'm not going to sell anymore. Though there can be a trend in a trend. There can be a trend in an overall trend, you feel me. So we are catching whatever trend that pops up, you feel me, and all of that. So with this strategy, it helps you catch whatever trend that is about to keep in play, you feel me, and all of that. So now, mind you, this was my high, my low, high, low, high. We couldn't break it, you get. So we wigged out. So we ended up waking this particular high, a low, and then a high, a higher low, and now a break of it. You get. So this is you getting to know the trend. This is where the trend is actually important. Right now we have a shift of structure on the H4 time frame. Now what do I have to do? I have my low and I have my high. I should be buying to target this particular point. So far as we have broken a high. All right, so now I keep my zone on my immediate resistance. I don't buy anywhere. I have to wait for resistance to be turned into support. So right now, this was a resistance, a support, which is a low, a higher low, a higher high, and a retest on this particular point. And I went on my entry confirmation time frame to find entries, and I bought. This was where my stop loss was, and this is exactly where I am targeting. You get. So on GBP NZD, this is how the trade is actually looking. It is actually looking beautiful. Mind you, we can buy from demand whenever price actually come back to the level that it bought in the past. We can still buy. You get. That is the purpose of demand and supply. And with the support and resistance, you wait for resistance to be broken, and then you test it, and then you buy to the next level. You get. All right, so this is the trade actually running right now. The trade is currently running. Hopefully we break this particular zone. This particular zone is trying to be a hindrance for markets moving to the upside. Over here, this particular zone. So hopefully we break it, and I'll add multiple positions. I'll stacking positions on. Now let's look at the NZD USD. All right, so this is NZD USD. All right, so at the moment NZD USD is actually not looking that great, but let's analyze. All right, so we are on the H4 just as I did it on the GBP NZD. I spot my highs and lows. So this is a high, and this is a high, and this is a low. You feel me? This is a low, and this is another major low. You get another major low over here. So now that assuming market came back on this particular level and pushed to the upside and came back over here and rejected, you would have to buy to target the immediate high that market has created. You feel me? Or the supply zone, that the immediate supply zone that market created. You feel me? And so yes, this high has been already targeted, and so let's clear this particular high. And then even aside that, you can see price was dropping or moving to the downside by following a particular trend line. So a first touch, second touch, a third touch, and then a final break. So this was it. So you can see market actually touch first, second, third, and a final break. And after the break, market actually came back on the trend line to have a retest, and it is pushing to the upside. So I got the picture that market, after rejecting the trend line, would be pushing back to target this particular high over here. Even if we are not going to get to this particular high, market should target this particular high. You get. That is what I know for a fact. And so I have to find a place to buy or sell. I have to find a place to buy since we are moving to the upside. All right, so after market came back to test it, and then after multiple rejections of breaking this particular high to the upside, I waited for a break and then a retest over here, and I got my entry confirmations, and I jumped on the trade. You feel me? So I waited for a resistance to be broken, and it's now serving as support. And not only is market telling me that we are good for buys at this point, but then again, a confirmation of a bullish engulfing candle happening on the previous resistance zone. So I bought over here, and I put my stop loss right over here, and I am targeting this point. I know for a fact that market is definitely gonna go there, but it is playing stubborn just as the GBP NZD. But we are good, bro. We are good. Once market break out of this particular zone, I'll be stacking in more positions. So the trend, your levels, your demand and supply, or your support and resistance, or sometimes you adding multiple confluences to make it so valid, like the trend line, Fibonacci, and whatever actually would work for you, it's very necessary, you feel me? So trade is actually running, the two trades are actually running in blues, and yes, they are still running in blues. They are still running in blues. I don't know if you guys can see, but they are still running in blues. Hopefully they get to break and then go, because this particular one I'm hoping to hold the trade like for long. So the reward on NZD USD is going to be like, I think 107 pips on NZD USD, and then on GBP NZD it's going to be like 220 pips on GBP NZD. So let's see how this particular trades play, and then I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Hope you guys enjoy the video. I keep dropping free signals in my Telegram channel, and so if you really want to be part of the Forever Successful, the link is going to be right inside of the description. It comes with no cost, literally free, bro. It is literally free. So make sure you guys go join and be part, and then hopefully we pass this particular prop firm this time around. Yes, that is the goal, that is the motive. We hope God will help us pass it, and with God everything is actually possible. And so yes, I'm gonna leave you guys and catch you in the next one.